Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
All right, Steve, go ahead.
Ryan Bader, it's a pleasure to talk to you again today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing very well. I'm just back from Chicago, had an excellent time at Bellator 198, and now I'm looking forward to this fight you've got at Bellator 199 with King Mo Muhammad Lawal, a fight you were supposed to have last year, so I guess we can call this a year in the making.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was supposed to fight him my first fight in Bellator, and then he ended up pulling out. And then I ended up fighting for the belt, winning the belt, kind of moved on from there, circling back and doing it at a different weight.
Right. Is that kind of ironic, though, that you missed that and then you ended up winning the light heavyweight belt and now he's fighting you, but it's not for the belt?
Hey, I'll take that for sure, and I remember getting that call, and they're like, hey, Mo's out. And I was like, he's out? I was like, we haven't even started training. It's 9 weeks away. And he's like, yeah, he's out. I'm like, all right, well, that sucks. And they're like, well, you're getting a title shot. And so I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So, now we're fighting at heavyweight. So, it was bound to happen. We were bound to fight. He's the top guy in the light heavyweight division and in general. And so we were going to run into each other sooner or later. Just happens to be at heavyweight.
That's true, and he had fought at heavyweight previously several times, including interesting fight with Czech Congo, where he just kept taking him down over and over again. And Czech Congo is such a big guy, but man, he put him on his back like nobody's business.
Yeah, no, he's a great wrestler, and he does a few things well. He's a good boxer, good wrestler, so as do I. So it'll be interesting.
Does it put any extra pressure on you in this tournament that you're already a champion and you're trying to go for another championship? Does that make it harder for you?
No, not at all. If anything, it kind of is less pressure. I have one. That's secure. And then I get to try for another one, and it's not something that a lot of people have done in any promotion. So one of those things where I just keep my head down, keep knocking these guys off, one at a time, and then I get to where I want to be, so, it's really that simple. I mean, when I wrestled back in college and you had nationals and you had to qualify for the national tournament D1, and you had a 64-man bracket. You looked at that thing, it was pretty daunting until you just went out there and just wrestled every single match one at a time, and you got to where you wanted to be at the end, so it's kind of how I'm approaching it. I got a tough fight ahead of me. Win that, I got another tough fight, on my side of the bracket to even make it to the final. So it's one of those things where, yeah, it's fun looking to the future and who I might fight, but I got a tough one right now.
Well, I hate to put out the worst case scenario, especially since the bookmakers have you as the odds-on favorite to win the whole tournament right now. But what about that worst case scenario where King Mo was the one to advance? Would that also get him in line for a title shot later on?
Oh, yeah, probably. And to be honest, that would be perfect for me because I'd want to get that back for sure, but you never know. If that were to happen, I would say, yeah, that would probably be the next one, so, and I definitely would want that.
Is it going to be possible for you to defend the light heavyweight title while you're in the tournament, or is this going to be your full focus until it's over?
Yeah, no, we were told, focus on this heavyweight tournament, don't worry about the light heavyweight. Until after it's done. So that's where we're at.
Well, then I guess there's going to be a long queue of guys waiting to fight you. It's not just going to be King Mo, it's going to be everybody.
Yeah, exactly. You got a target on your back, but, I think that division needs to clean up a little bit, and have a clear contender. I went out there and beat the two toughest guys in that division, right? I beat, a top three, regardless of any promotion guy in Phil Davis, and then, a really underrated guy who I feel is a top 5 fighter in the world in Martin Vassell, and then now I'm fighting King Mo, who I think would be next in line, if we were fighting at light heavyweight. So, and then I just think that light heavyweight needs to clear up a little bit and have a clear contender.
They've got some time to do it now, so hopefully we'll see that picture. But as for the heavyweight tournament, this is an interesting situation where you and Mo and Chael and even arguably Rampage were all guys that made their name at light heavyweight. So what do you think about the matchup of different size guys at light heavyweight and heavyweight in all of these brackets?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the intriguing things about this tournament. You look at this overall tournament and the competitors, and everybody's different body types, to different styles, true heavyweights, and then you have some true middleweights, and maybe Sonnen, and then you have your light heavyweights, because Sonnen's fought, as low as middleweight before, but it's just one of those things where that's what makes it fun. You look, as a fan, you can look at this whole thing and be like, oh, wow, look at this matchup. What happens if this happens, and kind of go down the line, so it's, definitely cool and looking forward to it. And going back to one at a time, go out there, beat Mo, and I have a totally different fighter in the next round.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, what if and what could be, that next round would be Matt Mitrione. What do you think of that matchup if you get past King Mo?
I think I match up well. He's a buddy of mine, great fighter, moves really well for a heavyweight, good striking. If you looked at some of the fights for his last fight, you'd say, the knock on him is his wrestling and cardio and whatnot. That's what I do great. So I feel like I'm not him.
It's another fight we can potentially look forward to after King Mo, but first things first, it's King Mo, and you've noticed he's a great wrestler. You've talked about that already. You're a great wrestler. Everybody knows that by now. So is this going to be one of those styles make fight situations where two wrestlers just end up banging it out?
It's too hard to say. You never know. I've been in fights where like, oh, we're going to stand up, and then it's all on the ground and vice versa. So I'm not one to say, dude, we're going to go in there and we're just going to mix it up everywhere. I'm going to fight like a mixed martial artist, So honestly, I couldn't tell you. So we'll see. When that fight gets going, I'll see where my advantages, I feel they are, and try to exploit them.
Well, I think one thing that people may underrate about you a little is your knockout power, because 3 of your last 4 fights, Ilir Latifi, Rogerio Nogueira, Linton Vassell, have all ended with the hands.
Yeah, and they were top 10 guys in the world too. So that's a difference, a big difference in our resume. I've been fighting guys like that for I don't even know how long. I couldn't tell you last time I haven't fought a top 10 guy. He's fought tough guys also, but they might not have been in their prime. They might not have been top 10, top 15, top 20 guys, so, I feel like he's going to get in there and kind of have an oh shit moment.
That would be fun if that's what happened. But speaking of oh shit moments, I was looking back through the record, and I believe the last time you fought in San Jose was a guy that we know pretty well in the Omaha market, Jason Brills.
Yep, a great guy. Yeah, no, I remember that. Definitely, in the career and with mixed martial arts and traveling and I definitely remember periods of time by the fights and cities I've been to and all that. And so that's definitely, very vivid in my mind going out there, feeling them out a little bit and picking my shot, and then, ended up getting a knockout right there, and making a quick night. And so that was fun. It'd be great to go out there and do it again, make 2 short nights in San Jose.
Absolutely. How do you like that venue in general, since you've had that experience before and you had such a fun night? How does it feel compared to other places that you've fought?
Yeah, to tell you the truth, it's really not the venue. I couldn't tell you one venue from the other, because we come into the back, we're in the locker rooms, and then we come out and fight. It's more of like the week of, I'm going to be out on the West Coast here. It's the first time I'm actually not fighting at least, 5 hours away from home. It's a usually 2-hour fight, West Coast time. We're fighting early. It's more about that, because I couldn't tell you the difference in arenas, but, just being there, being close, being on the West Coast, that'll be fun in itself.
So it sounds like you're saying you've got the ideal situation for a win here. A easy trip, a comfortable environment, and you're going to be ready
not
and set.
Not having to cut weight, nothing.
Is that the most important part of this tournament to you, is not having to do the weight cut?
No, it's about getting 2 belts, but that's definitely a perk, is not having to cut weight for sure. I'll take that all day.
Yeah. what would you say if you do become the two-belt champion? Who would you want to be compared to? David Branch did it in World Series of Fighting. Connor did it in UFC. Which guy would you like to be compared to?
Well, if you're giving me that choice, I think the obvious answer would be Connor here. Doing it in a big promotion, let alone in hard, tough divisions, light heavyweight and in the heavyweight division, So that doesn't happen very much in these heavier weights, So I think it'd be definitely special.
Right. And of course, we can put Randy Couture. He didn't hold them both at the same time, but he did hold two different weight belts.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not gonna cry about being compared to Randy Couture, the legend of the sport. So that'd be definitely ideal.
Right on. So with this fight here, you've got just over a week until the fight takes place. Is the training done at this point, or are you still doing a few things to adjust yourself before you're ready?
Yeah, just keeping sharp and feeling good, and really just kind of going through going through how the fight's going to go, how it's going to play out at the beginning, what I'm going to do. Just keeping that going, keeping my cardio up, and really just doing a lot of techniques and whatnot. So yeah, that's about it.
Did you watch tape on King Mo at all, or is that something you leave to your teammates and coaches?
No, I definitely did, for sure. Going out there, you got to know what they do well, what their vulnerabilities are, and all that kind of stuff. So definitely watch tape and break it down and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome. So you've got that set, you've got your training set, you've got your weight set. So who's flying out with you? Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Usually there's 4 guys. I got my brother-in-law Chris Ruler, head coach Jair, and then my strength coach and kind of coach, Jason Keenan. So, the same team I've had on for a long time now, and we've always won together. So that's not a bad thing either.
Well, I can't argue with that because everything's coming together then. You've got the same team, the same formula, the same preparation, and now you've got a chance to make it 5 in a row and advance in that heavyweight Grand Prix.
For sure. I like that.
All right, Ryan, let me give you this chance to plug anything you like. Sponsors, social media, anything you want to get out there.
Yeah, my social media is at Ryan Bader, and then sponsors are Stuck By Me Forever, Cyto Sport, American Ethanol, Sanford Health, my own business, Juby, try Juby, TRYJUBI.com. It's a nootropic little shot. And new sponsor, Black Rifle Company, Coffee Company. You can find them Black Rifle Coffee Company. Other than that, it's all good. We're ready.
All right, and we're ready too. Bellator 199, San Jose, May 12, 2018. Going to be a fantastic fight. Ryan Bader and King Mo, the final bracket of the opening round of the Heavyweight Grand Prix. So after this, it's on to round 2. Ryan, thank you so much for the time today.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate having me on.
No problem. It's always good to talk to you. And Dan, thank you as well.